Hi everyone, it's Sister Jenna from America Meditating Radio. I hope you've been enjoying Wiseish, which you can get live on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube from 8:30 a.m. to 8:45. But you can also get it on demand 24/7. It's going to be your power boost for the morning. It's your daily dose for the soul. It's just going to encourage you to make the day that much more valuable. So join us. Looking forward to seeing you. Hi everyone, I'm Sister Jenna. Welcome to our special Zoom meditation segments. Look, it's no joke. Things are kind of weird. It's just weird. Pandemics, protests, job insecurity, global pause. Everyone's numb, but also everyone's searching. And they might be searching on this little gadget of Zoom in a little box. People from all over the world who don't know each other are coming together in Zoom rooms to figure out who they are, why they're here, and how to meditate. Meditation is something that we've often thought that if we make our minds empty, we've meditated. I don't believe that. I think it's important that we learn how to channel our thoughts in a right way that are connected to our vision, our goal, our spiritual attainments, our mental capacity. Then you're really meditating. Happy to tell you that our podcast has been rated one of the favorites on Conscious Good Media. So take a look to America Meditating Podcast and enjoy the various programs and wonderful speakers that we have on it. Anyway, so today's topic is a big one. How to build relationship with people who dislike you, or maybe people you dislike. I don't know. Do you want to build a relationship with the people who dislike you, or do you want to build a relationship with the people that you dislike? But why don't we look at first, what are some of the signs that maybe we are engaged in that actually irk people and make them maybe dislike us? Take a look.
Hi everyone. Before we start this video, we wanted to give all of you a big thank you. Psych2Go's vision is to make psychology more accessible to everyone. Today's topic is on 6 habits that may make people dislike you. Whether you like it or not, there are things that you do that make people dislike you. Have you ever walked into a room and there was a know-it-all in the vicinity? You can whip up a conversation on any topic and that person would act like an expert. Before you can even gather your emotions and thoughts, you already dislike the person. On the other hand, you might be that person that has something to say about everything. The problem is that we aren't always aware of the things that we do that make people dislike us. See if you can spot your behavior on the list we provided in this video. Psych2Go presents to you 6 habits that make people dislike you. 1. Acting too nice. It makes perfect sense that people will like you more when you are extremely kind and nice, right? Sorry to burst your bubble, but not really. Science has proven otherwise. According to a 2010 study by researchers at Washington State University and the Desert Research Institute, people tend to avoid working with people who appear to be too altruistic and unselfish. But why? Turns out, participants in the study said that the unselfish teammate made them look bad, while others suspected they had ulterior motives. 2. Asking too many questions. When you lead a conversation, asking questions to steer the topic is good. It tells the other person that you are interested in them. You need to be careful not to ask too many though. If you don't reciprocate and also tell them about your own experiences, this can come off as an interrogation. You need to balance the conversation and spill the beans from time to time. The Journal of Experimental Social Psychology found that people start to dislike you when you are the only one asking questions. This could be in direct communication or through written communication like emails. 3. Dropping a personal bomb. Being honest is one of the most important things you can do in an interview or when you go out on a date. You want to present the best version of yourself as possible. What you don't want to do though is to disclose something extremely personal too early. This sends the message that you are inappropriate and cannot read the social signs and triggers. For example, it might be inappropriate to share your intimate details about your love life with people you just met. So, what are the things you could share with people you just met? Susan Spencer at Illinois State University found that speaking about hobbies and likes and dislikes will make you seem warmer and more likable. 4. You often hide your emotions. Somewhere along in your childhood, it became a common practice to hide and suppress your emotions. This is not the same as controlling your emotions, though. Studies have shown that people react better to a truthful display of emotions than hiding them. For example, someone made you upset because they said something that you think was insensitive. Instead of being passive-aggressive and giving them a cold shoulder, you sit down with them and calmly tell them how you felt when they said what they said. When you understand your emotions, you can express anger and sadness appropriately. Don't keep your emotions inside. It is bound to burst out into the open. 5. Acting like you don't like someone. You could potentially turn someone off when you don't express fondness for the person you're meeting. Have you ever heard of the term reciprocity of like? Well, it's actually a phenomenon. When we think someone likes us, we tend to like them as well. When we expect people to accept us, we act warmer towards them, according to a 2009 study by researchers at University of Waterloo and the University of Manitoba. Not sure how a person you're interacting feels about you? Act like you like them and they'll probably like you back. 6. Giving a weak handshake. Have you ever greeted someone and found they have a weak handshake? Do you find it off-putting when someone cannot shake your hand properly? If you do, you are not alone. When someone has a weak handshake, they come across as someone who cannot manage pressure. In a study done by the University of Alabama, it was found that undergraduates who had a weak handshake were less positive and likable. There are bound to be things that you do that will put people off. None of us are perfect, and we can't please everyone. However, that doesn't mean you can't try and change the way you do things. If you identify with any of the points mentioned, ask yourself these questions. Why do I do the things I do? What beliefs do I have that is causing these behaviors? These questions are the first step to understanding yourself more and altering your beliefs and behavior that do not serve you. What do you think about this list? Share with us in the comments below.
Wow, did you all learn a lot just now? Wasn't that amazing? Because a lot of times we project and maybe focus more on, oh, that person doesn't like me. And it's easy for us to sometimes say, I don't like that person, but we've never really investigated in terms of how to nurture relationships with those people who don't like us and ask why. Some of us do look inside of ourselves and we could complain like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough, or because I'm like this, or you could say, well, because I'm Indian, they don't like me because, they prefer whites or blacks or whatever it might be. You can come up with a whole host of excuses, maybe why you are not liked. But here's what I want to share with you. This whole week, we're going to focus on relationships. So how do we really build a relationship or understand a relationship when we feel, someone doesn't really like you, especially if that person, in your mind, you think they are important in your life? Take a look at a supervisor, take a look at a mother, a father, take a look at any authority figures in your life that you are with, that you feel they don't like me. Why? Because they show certain signs. They stay at a distance. You can sense that they speak things about you. They defame you, gossip about you. They try their best to spend as little bit of a time with you if they get the opportunity to spend time with you. You can see that their smile in front of your face is fake. They're smiling, but behind you, and I've seen those enough times, I can tell you, like, hi, Jed. I was like, oh God, I hate that. And I remembered when I felt that for myself, I always went back to some sense of low self-esteem and self-worth. It was like, why wouldn't they like me? I think I'm a nice person, and I had to grow my way through that. So in order to really build on this relationship of dealing with people that you interpret or feel aren't really your greatest fans, first thing I'd like you to do, think about it. Is there something in you that could be refined? Number one. Number two, are you expecting something from that person? Because expectation can lead you to a really sorrowful state. The third thing is, are you willing to also send them your loving, good vibrations and blessings? because that's a huge sign to even prove that there is like for you, for them, much less. Forget them liking you. All right? So that's our wise-ish ideas and thoughts for today. Interesting topic, right? Because I can definitely say I think there's everyone in our lives where there's somebody that you like and someone you're not so fond of. Or there could be someone that, you're thinking that definitely doesn't like you, and you're like, okay. All right. So here's your blessing and your good wish for the morning. May you be the one who remains beyond all gross and negative feelings and become a flying angel free from all misunderstandings. Once again, may you remain beyond all gross feelings, negative feelings, and become a flying angel free from all negative experiences, negative vibrations from anyone. Remember, no one can take away your happiness unless you give them permission. And we really are here to love each other the same. Thank you so much for joining us on Wise-ish today and every other day. Feel free to share, subscribe, and tell your friends. I learned something today on Wise-ish. Take care. A lot of blessings.